Hej, Swedish Terapeut här. Hej! Vi har en jättekul sak för att jag ska byta till engelska och jag ska posta på inläggning till Swedish Terapeut på Facebook and also Swedish Terapeut on YouTube in English. So from now on, here I'll be speaking English so that anybody on YouTube can understand what I'm saying, and all the Swedes that are out there that are watching on Facebook, most Swedes understand my English. I think I speak very easy English. So often we have gummiband pass, and today it's around 11:30 in the morning, and I've been enthralled with Professor Charles Spence lab, CrossModal Perception, and I looked up a bunch of stuff with Swedish and uppfattning and världsbelivning and lots of other things. Okay. So why do we do Swedish Terapeut? And why is Swedish Terapeut talking to us? It's because we're bringing back our senses. And this haptic perception, or the sense of touch, is so very important because it is intimately related to how our body feels. And something that is so unconscious of having a ball touch across our skin, or having the rinsing effect, or having something rub gently on our face where our trigeminal nerve is so powerful. These are things that we don't have to study science-wise. Well, we could study them science-wise, but it's so unconscious that it's a pretty cool thing that we all use it until we have lost all of these unconscious senses that we're not even aware, uppfatta, that we're using. And then we're sitting in the wheelchair and we have absolutely no desire to get out of it. And that's not what I want for anyone. So one of the reasons that I'm here with Swedish Terapeut is because my mom is a fighter, and love her to death. She just keeps beating odds left and right. So go get your gummiband or go get your bowl, and let's have some Swedish Terapeut exercises so you can increase the perception between the senses, and you can have the push-pull with your fascia, and you can have the touch with the ball, and then you can ask yourself, how do I feel? And then you couple hoop, you interconnect everything, and then this works better. So just listen a little bit here to one of the cool dudes that I found today. He is on TEDx, great place, unexpected connections, pleasure and pain. So his name is Professor Charles Spence, and he heads the CrossModal Research Laboratory at the Department of Experimental Psychology in Oxford University. So anybody that's interested can search up more on YouTube, Unexpected Connections of Pleasure and Pain. And this is less than a minute of his talk. So bear with me a second and just, listen.
Here. And the question is, how can you increase the pleasure of a product? And how can you do that? By knowing about these connections, the surprising connections in your head. But when you look in the literature and say, okay, what do we know so far about pleasure and how to use the senses to increase that? It's something you can find nothing written about, because pleasure is something that's kind of not sort of suitable for scientific study in some sense. But instead, if you go to the opposite extreme of pleasure, to pain, there you find a lot of literature about what factors, what influences can make things hurt more or hurt less. So already I have kind of a surprising connection here that I was sort of funded by big business to study pleasure in products, in foods and beverages, say, and to try and really understand that, I went to the opposite extreme, to pain, to try and see what factors would affect, make things more painful or less, and then apply them back to the product design setting. And you might think of pleasure and pain. How are those things related? Are they opposite extremes of emotional experience? One deeply joyful, one at the opposite extreme of very painful, unpleasant? Or are they different in kind? Some philosophers would say pain is just a sense. We have eyes to see, ears to hear, nose to smell. Maybe we have a sense of pain as well to tell us about bodily damage. So maybe pain and pleasure are opposite extremes of the emotion scale, or maybe they are different kinds of things. Maybe that's a kind of question that only a philosopher can answer. And what I want to share with you are...
So he might be a researcher, but obviously he's also a philosopher. And if you spend any time around philosophers like Jaap van der Wal, they'll keep you busy thinking. So Jaap van der Wal is from Belgium, and he's an embryologist. So all the way from the beginning of humans, from the fetus to what makes the embryo, he talks about our fascia. So this won't be a very long thing, but you might as well grab your gummiband and have both hands out in front of you, because if you're here and you're listening, you might as well do something. So both hands out, and here what we're going to do is we're going to drag this one elbow back, yeah, pull, 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 while the other one drives forward. So this one is driving forward, and do you see where my wrist is? It's a lot of pressure on the wrist, so be careful. And you can have that right there, not on your thumb, but your wrist. So you now see the elbow. Make sure your shoulders aren't up here. Let them pull down, and then open. Hold on to it. Push, pull. Feel what's happening in the body. Feel how the joints work together. And here's where we want you to take a deep breath. And then exhale. Look forward. Hanging on to this, you're pushing forward, pulling back, pushing forward, pulling back, looking forward. Now, turn your head and look towards your elbow. Some of us won't be able to get there to see the elbow. It's okay. Do what you can. And don't use my neck as a guide of how it should be, because my neck is not the best example of how necks should move. 5 bilolyckor and 5 car accidents, and there's lots of damage that changes how my neck moves. So that felt really good. How about we do the other side? So this is called shooting an arrow, pilbåge. So both hands are flat. So one hand pushes forward. Now the other hand, let's put it underneath there, like that. And the other arm is bringing back. So this looks like you're going to be an archer or go to archery class. Luis Suarez, you'd like this. Bring your elbows down. That elbow is back. Now. And exhale. Hang on to that. It's pushing forward, pulling back. Pushing forward, pulling back. Great. Now look forward. Check out your fingers. Nice and easy. And maybe you're going to start shaking by now. It's okay if you do. Just new muscle fibers coming online. Exhale slow. At the same time, turn your head back behind. Do your best to look at your elbow. Make sure your shoulders are brought down. This is a little bit of a challenge to make sure those shoulders are down. They're not here to help you do this. Looking back. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly and easily let that go. That was just one exercise. But with that, we open everything up. We've inhaled 6 different times and exhaled. And you can do your own task on breathing, whether you exhale slow or fast. Hyperventilation is probably not the best idea. So have a wonderful day. Så tack så mycket för att komma till Swedish Terapeut. Kom förbi. Och hej då, and vi ses igen. We'll see each other again. Bye bye.